Hey, how would you like to learn how to generate some brand new first-time homebuyer leads for your business? If so, this is the YouTube video for you. Check it out. We're going to be showing you how to set up a first-time homebuyer seminar right on Facebook and everything that's involved. Check it out. Hey everybody, this is Kevin Smullin. My company is 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. That is the YouTube channel. Thanks for being here with us. If you are brand new to the channel, what we are all about is helping agents market their business on Facebook. In fact, we teach them a 4-step system that will help them add 2 transactions a month and take less than an hour of their time doing it. And so today, what we're going to be showing you is another way to be able to generate leads, and that is using first-time homebuyers seminars. So this is something that a lot of agents do. They'll partner up with a mortgage professional and they'll put on a class about what it takes to buy a home in today's market, different kinds of loan programs, how to qualify, and all of that's great. The problem that most people have is in the marketing, and that's the part that I'm going to focus more on. So I'm not really going to be giving you content or a script for the seminar itself. Hopefully, this is your business. You know how to do that. I'm just going to help you more with the marketing aspect of it. So I am going to share my screen here and show you an example of this. So what you're seeing is an example of a post that you could put on Facebook. Now, the biggest catch to marketing is if you just say, hey, we're having a first-time class, come, a first-time homebuyer class, you ought to come. Generally, what happens is you don't get a lot of response. People don't know why they should come. And so one of the biggest tricks to getting people to come to this is giving them a reason to come. And so some examples of reasons to come, like you're going to see here. So you'll notice there's this section of what you're going to learn, right? 3 ways to buy a home without a down payment. Lots of first-time home buyers struggle with the down payment, right? Being able to have that to know how to buy a home. So you want to make sure that you're covering ways to do that without a down payment so that you're providing hope to people that don't have it. That gives them a huge reason to come. The other issue that lots of people have is credit. And so if you're talking about how to rapidly raise your credit score, or if you're talking about how to go from a 600 score to a 700 score or whatever, right? It doesn't matter how you position it, but if you're talking about ways that they can improve their credit so that they know that even if they have bad credit, they can still come and get themselves in a position to do this, right? Those are good people to come, have your lender help them with the credit repair process, put them in your pipeline, and again, you can just be building your pipeline. But that's another issue that a lot of people have. And then the last one is people just wonder whether they can actually afford it or not. And so if you're talking about how to determine the exact payment that fits within your budget, or maybe also something like how to own a home for less than rent, or again, any of those things would work. But those are the 3 major reasons that first-time home buyers don't buy a home: the down payment, the credit, and then being able to afford the payment on a month-to-month basis. And so you want to make sure that they realize that those are 3 of the major topics that you're going to cover during the class so that they have a reason to come. We're giving them a title of a class here. Come to our free class on how to buy your first home the right way, right? So they know that the class is free. It's not just our home buyer seminar. There's nothing exciting about that, right? We're putting a question here to get their interest. Would you like to buy your first home? So we're going to be targeting first-time home buyers, right? We've got these emojis that make the post a little bit different and stand out. And then we've got 2 calls to action here. This first one and then the second one, they both lead to the same thing. And then down here, we've got a picture of these people being handed a key, something that's it's the outcome that these people want. It's the result. You could also put a picture of a home or something like that. Any of that would be very effective. I've chosen this one just because, again, it's the outcome people want. They want to be handed the keys to their home. And then if they're interested, what we're doing is we're asking them to go to this link. So when they click on this link, what's going to happen is, like many of our lead generation campaigns, it takes them to this landing page. So the landing page is where we have this form. We're asking them to fill it out. And this is how we capture their information. You want to make sure that you've got your brokerage information on here for compliance purposes. Also, if you're teaming up with your lender, you could easily just as well throw their contact information on here. I highly recommend doing this as a video. You could just create a landing page and duplicate some of these bullet points. but I actually prefer video simply because people are going to see you, they're going to get to know your personality, they're going to hear a little bit about what the class is all about, and it just gives them another reason to come. Plus, when they do come, they're going to recognize you, and it helps with that trust. You know, people seeing that you're the expert, they know you, like you, trust you, all of that is important. And so I highly recommend just shooting a quick little video, putting it on your landing page, and this video is just an intro to the class, how, you know, when, where it's going to be, when, what's going to be covered, all of those details. And then once the person fills out this information and hits the button, you want to make sure that it takes them to a page that has the date and time, that it takes them, or the address of where you're going to be holding this, this class. You also want to make sure that that's going out in an email form, so that when people fill this out and hit that button, all of that's happening automatically. So you want to make sure that they have the class details of when and where as soon as they fill this out and hit the button. So this is the landing page. Again, very simple. Major components, make sure that you're hitting that outcome that they want. This is the education piece where you're telling them what's going to occur. This is for compliance, having your brokerage logo on there. And then this is where you're going to capture the lead itself and get people to register and sign up. So nice thing about this is whether people show up to the class or not, obviously you want to be doing some follow-up just prior. Hey, just want to remind you, email marketing, texting, those kinds of things, that will all help with your show rate, making sure more people show up. But whether they show up or not, this is nice because it just gives you an opportunity to be able to follow up with them, to be able to help them buy a home. And when people market this way, I've seen people that'll get 10, 20, 30 people showing up for their class, which is awesome. Not only can you, not only does it help establish you as an expert in the area, but it gives you a lot of potential people to be working with as well, which is awesome because that's what we wanted to accomplish with this. So again, you would post something like this to your page. That would drive them to this landing page that we just talked about. And then the third component of this is the ad. So the ad is what's going to make this post show up in people's news feeds. Now, I've gone to the second screen of this, and the first screen, as you've seen with lots of our tutorials, is where you determine the objective. And our objective was something like this. Since we're driving people to a landing page and asking them to fill out a form, the type of ad objective that you want is conversion. So conversions is the one that we want. And what I'm showing you is I'm showing you all the settings. I've already set this up. So for the conversion type, we want lead. That's what we're after, is getting people to fill that out. And then for the settings itself, you would want to put the city. So there's different ways of doing this. So I live in Layton. That's where I've picked Layton. So I've picked Layton with a 10-mile radius, and I've also made sure that I've selected people who live in this location. I don't want visitors. I don't want people that are here on vacation. I don't want somebody who's just recently been here for some reason. I want to make sure that I'm marketing to people who live here. So I'm going to select that option. I'm going to pick the city. I've done a 10-mile radius because you know, that's close enough that people would probably still come to the class. Now, since this class is specific for first-time home buyers, I'm targeting an age demographic of first-time home buyers. So I've got mid-20s up to high 30s. You could adjust that depending on what's more typical for your area. That's pretty common for here. And so I've got that targeted. And then down here in the detailed targeting, what we're doing is we're targeting people that I have a pretty good idea that they're part of that buying process or they're thinking about it. So targeting obviously first-time home buyers, people going to homes.com, people who've expressed interest in pre-qualification for lending, realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow. I know that if they're interested in any of these things, there's a good chance that they're a first-time home buyer. I've also unchecked this where it says expand interests, right? Because I don't want Facebook to pick other people to market. I want these to be the people that I'm marketing to. So for this campaign, I've unchecked that option. And you can see that this is a fairly small audience, 17,000 people that fit this description. And so because of that, it's not going to be super costly to market to these people. And then what I've done is in placements, I've edited the placements. Again, we want it to show in the news feed. Now, you'll also notice on this one, I've got Instagram checked, and here's the major reason why. You'll notice over here, watch what happens to my count when I uncheck Instagram. See, 6,000 of the people that I wanted to target aren't even on Facebook. So if I'm only marketing on Facebook, I lose that 6,000. Now, normally I recommend having an Instagram ad separate from your Facebook ad. In this case, I would actually do it one and the same because I want to pick up those additional 6,000 people. So I would check off Instagram, and in this case, I would run this ad on both. Now, you'll notice down here for budget and schedule, I've got it at $7 a day. And this is how many people Facebook is estimating that my ad will reach. So I recommend running this ad for probably about 10 to 14 days prior to the event. And so if I'm running this ad for 10 to 14 days prior to the event, I should be able to reach just about everybody in that audience. So in this case, you've noticed that I'm basically saying that this is 14 or 16 days out. So 2 weeks and 2 days. Again, I would just run it up to the event, but you want to give yourself plenty of time to promote this on Facebook. So if the class is in 2 days, you've kind of missed the window of being able to market this, right? So you want to give yourself plenty of time, give yourself a budget that's going to help you reach these people, and that's going to be able to drive a lot of traffic to this. The rest of these settings are pretty much as it should be. I wouldn't really touch it. But this is going to give you enough of a budget and enough of an audience that you can drive a lot of people to this class. Again, it's very targeted on the type of person that you're looking for, the age range that you're looking for, the location that you're looking for. And so this is a fantastic way to market first-time home buyers to be able to get them to come to one of these first-time home buyer seminars. From there, you want to make sure that you're partnering up with a great lender that can come and talk about some of these points that are very critical. Right, talking about down payment options. So you want to make sure that they realize that there's solutions for that. That's a key part of getting people to come, is telling them that you have a solution to that problem. Also talking to them about credit repair and how to improve their credit score. That's also going to be a very significant topic for the people that would be potentially coming to this. So the rest of this you can kind of just go through. Obviously on the agent portion side of things, it's going to be talking about the process, what happens when buying a home, what they should expect, and just getting them prepared for that. So again, this is a great way to demonstrate your expertise, get in front of a very targeted audience, and this is an awesome campaign. So that is today's Facebook video, excuse me, YouTube video on how to generate more traffic for a first-time home buyer class or seminar. So with that, let's talk about today's question of the day. Today's question of the day is this. The question is, what are things that you can do during this first-time homebuyer seminar that will add interest and add value so that people have a reason to come? Or if you've done lots of these in the past, what is it that you have done that has been successful in driving traffic to it? So marketing on Facebook is kind of a new school way of doing things. There's obviously the old school way, putting flyers around apartment complexes or door hangers or direct mail or those kinds of things. You can still do those things in addition to this. Obviously, a lot of those things are going to be far more expensive than this. But you'll just find that when you go all in and when you're focused on your marketing, you're focused on getting people there, that's when you're going to see the greatest results. When people try to skimp and do it as cheap as they can, those are the times that I really see people struggle. So I would tell you, as with anything that you're doing for marketing, go all in. When you're all in, that's when you're going to see the greatest results. So that is the question of the day. That's what we're going to be focused on today. And then lastly, if you have not already done so, please, I invite you to subscribe to our channel. Every single week, we're bringing brand new strategies for generating more leads, for improving your Facebook marketing. These are things that you don't want to miss to help you stay on the cutting edge of marketing your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. Thank you. That just helps us get more and more word out and help more and more people in lots of different parts of the country market their business. So again, subscribe, like, leave a comment down below about what you're doing or have done to make these events successful. So thanks for being here today. Again, we will check you out on the next video. If you have any questions, let us know. If you also want to grow your business, down in the comments section below, I'm going to leave some resources and things for you to check out there. So again, thanks for being here. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.